Good evening, Lizzie boys, and welcome back to my channel. One of you suggested that I should do a video where I rank all of the G3 basic dolls, so the core first releases of each character, and I liked that idea. So I'm going to be doing that today. I thought it sounded like fun. So there are currently 17 core Monster High dolls, meaning I won't be able to do my usual countdown because I can't fit that many photos on the app that I use. So, yeah. For the record, I'm not going to be including core refresh dolls. I know that they are technically core dolls, but I'm just going to be going with everybody's first release. So if you guys are cool with that, let us begin with 17th place. So dead last in 17th place, my all-time least favorite core doll is Ghoulia. It's still her. Yeah. I'm just still not a fan of this doll. Everything about her doesn't work for me. And most of it comes down to the changes they made to her personality as well. I'll admit, a lot of my gripes with G3 Ghoulia are with her design, but I do have a couple with her character, so while we're on the topic, I may as well cover both. In terms of her personality, I don't like that they put more of a focus on her being a gamer. Like, I don't know, she was always a gamer, but it was never her main thing. Like, this doll literally comes with a Nintendo Switch and a skateboard. Like, yeah, those are not aspects of Ghoulia that were ever focused on. She's not as nerdy as before. Like, being smart isn't her thing anymore. I'm sure she still is, but it's like they didn't keep that intact, and I don't like it. They gave her the same long blue hair that she was known for, but I just feel like it doesn't work with this design because of the outfit given to her. I still stand by liking her shoes and her jacket, but I don't like any of her other pieces, and I hate that they replaced the red, the iconic cherry red that Ghoulia always wears, with magenta. And, of course, my least favorite aspect of this doll, aside from her face, which has horrible brown eyebrows with little blue hairs etched onto them, is the green skin. I hate that they gave her green skin. And they tried to keep her original color scheme mostly intact, and it just doesn't work. The green skin clashes so terribly with everything, really. So yeah, Ghoulia will always be my least favorite core doll, and that's why she's in last place. In 16th place, we have Deuce. I just think he's ugly. I don't really vibe with him. I like him a little more than Ghoulia, which is why he's here, but yeah, just never really cared for this guy. I think he turned out really mediocre, and I'm glad he hasn't gotten another release. I'm sorry, I don't want to see him anymore. Up next, in 15th place, we have Heath Burns. I just didn't care. This isn't even like my boy doll bias. I just don't like his outfit. That's my main thing. Also, his hairstyle looks dumb. I hate that his hair is just like a little dollop on his head. Like, I think G1 Heath was a lot better. G1 Heath actually, like, had his hair covering his full head, and it looked good. I liked the way they did it. I will admit, though, I do kind of prefer the orangey skin tone. I like it. But whenever I look at this guy's face up close, something about him just doesn't work. So, yeah, not only is he wearing a hideous blue outfit that honestly does not go with him at all, they also made him the son of Hades, which I think is incredibly stupid. Just go back to the fire elementals. In 14th place, we have Claude. I'm sorry for showing my boy bias, but I just don't really care for the Monster High boys, especially in G3. In G1, I actually like the boys a lot. Valentine is one of my favorite characters. I think Claude had some really good dolls in G1, as did Deuce and Heath both. Okay, Heath had one good doll. The other one was really budget and low effort. But then there was like Holt and stuff. I'm getting off topic. Claude is, again, just the face. It really is just his face. He was so close to being a good doll, but then they just gave him this ugly, ugly face. I hate how bug-eyed he looks. I hate how, like, they didn't give him his beard. He looks weird without the facial hair. He needs his facial hair. Taking it away for the doll was dumb. It was dumb. But, yeah, I don't dislike him as much as the other two, which is why he is here. Up next, in 13th place, we have Claudine, which is ironic because we just talked about Claude in 14th. I still think this is a very weak doll, not only because she has poly hair, but also just because the outfit, while I don't dislike it, I don't like this outfit, this doll as a whole, nearly as much as I do the other G3 basic dolls. So that's what it comes down to. Comparatively to the other G3 basics, I just don't really vibe with Claudine. Aspects of her have grown on me over time. Like, I've always thought her short-alls were cute. I have like 2 pairs of short-alls, which are overalls that are short myself. And the undershirt is cute enough. The fur definitely adds a lot to her outfit. I think it just comes down to me hating her hairstyle. Like, dude, the fact that they call that a top knot, they could have done an actual bun, like an actual like knot on her head, and they didn't. And it's just ugly. I know you can fix it, but we're talking about these dolls like as they come. So if I don't like her hairstyle in the box, I'm not giving her any like slack for it. I can criticize it. This is how the doll comes when you buy her. Up next in 12th place we have, and this one's going to be a little controversial because I think a lot of people like these two, but Meowlity. I love the hissfits. I adore them even, but I do think when looking at the other G3 basics that Meowlity falls a bit flat. I have never been the biggest fan of her G3 design just because I do see a couple flaws with it. Mostly the use of red for her shorts and then pink for her shirt. And there's just so many colors going on and it hurts my head. And then I'm not the biggest fan of her face sculpt either, although it's very cute. She has a very cute little smile. I do have another photo of this doll. Like, look at her face sculpt. It's cute. She has a very cute face. I like it. But compared to, like, Persephone, compared to the other dolls even, I just find that she falls a bit flat, which is why I'm putting her here on the list. It feels mean, I know, but just remember, we're in the part of the list where I like the dolls. This is where the part of the list where I actually like the dolls begins. Everything prior to now, I didn't really care for. Up next, on to 11th place, we have, and this one's going to be blasphemous coming from me, Laguna. I almost called her Gulia by accident. I don't know how. I love G3 Laguna, but I can admit that this is absolutely her weakest doll. I liked it a lot when it was the only one we had, but as time has gone on and oh my god, why do I keep calling her Gulia? As Laguna has gotten better releases, I just find this one to be the weakest that she has. I don't know. Her hairstyle is very basic, like it's just a very basic restyler's ponytail. Like, that's the only way I can describe it. This is like the ponytail that like every restyler gives their dolls. The fanny pack is just unnecessary. I hate her shoes. These are hideous shoes. I don't like the bathing suit. It doesn't really match her. Like, the colors chosen for her swimsuit make no sense to me at all. And I don't like the hoodie. I just don't really care for most aspects of this doll, but because it's Laguna, I still like her, you know? That's why this is the section of the video where I like the dolls. I still like her, even though I find her lackluster, you know? Anyway, we're on to 10th place now, so we're officially breaking into the top 10. So here, I'm going to put Catty. I still just don't really care for her outfit. That's the main thing with me. I like her as a whole, though, which is why I'm putting her higher than 2 characters that I've very clearly shown that I like. But, yeah, I like Catty. I like what they did with her face. I think that's the main redeeming factor for me. I just still find the changes that they made between the concept art and this doll. If we had never seen the concept art, I don't think I would, like, feel the way I do about Catty's doll. Because I'd probably just look at this and I'd be like, okay, she's cute. But because we saw a concept art where she looked so much better, she had silver boots, she had a much more interesting, like, jacket piece instead of this stupid bow thing. I hate the bow thing. It's my least favorite part of her. And why are her glasses blue? They should have been silver. Like, my main thing is that they just didn't use enough silver on this doll. The pink absolutely drowns it out. The only silver on her outfit are, like, little accent pieces on her shoes, on her belt, and I guess the main part of her dress, but everything else is pink. She has a little silver earring too, but everything else is pink, and I just don't think it works for her. It's too much pink. We should have gotten more silver with her. But yeah, I do like her face, and that's probably the main reason I'm putting her here. In 9th place, we have Core Cleo. I like Cleo. I'll admit I've always been kind of biased towards this doll because she was my first G3 doll. I overpaid for her on eBay, and I like her quite a lot. I ended up getting a pretty perfect one. So, that was fun. But, yeah, as time goes on, I do find Cleo falling a bit flat for me. The boots I've always thought were cute. I remember a lot of people hated them, but I kind of like them. I always did. I just don't like her jacket. The jacket's kind of meh. Compared to the other dolls, I think this is another case where Cleo got much better dolls after this one. Like, look at her bejeweled jewelry case. Look at her core refresh. She's gotten better dolls since this one, and that's the main reason that this one is just starting to not hit as hard as she did before. But regardless, she is very pretty, and I still like this doll a lot, so she gets 9th place. In 8th place, I'm going to put Twyla from the Creepover Party line. I still think this is a really good Twyla, but I think as time goes on, there are dolls that I like more, basically. And I am still disappointed that she ended up having pink shadowy hands instead of the dark purple shadowy hands that we saw in these stock photos. They should have just done the dark purple. It would have been perfect. It would have looked good. But instead they're like, no, gotta use pink. While they were still in their slap pink on everything era. They're kind of getting past that now. But yeah, Twyla is cool, but just not as into her as I am the other characters. That's all it comes down to. In 7th place, we have Draculaura. This might be surprising because I feel like a lot of people still really like this doll. She was definitely the strongest to most people from the original, like, core line release, but it comes down to her getting better dolls along the line. That's just what it keeps coming down to. This one is still good, but she has definitely gotten better releases. Her core refresh doll I deem to be a lot better. The dark makeup really does help. I feel like if this doll had released with dark makeup, she would probably be unmatched. She would probably be most people's favorite Draculaura. But the fact that she didn't come with dark makeup and she had that muted light pink kind of corally color is what holds her back. She's really pretty. I really like the cape. I like the bat wing bow, her split dye. They don't use that nearly as much as they should. But it just comes down to Draculaura having better dolls after this one. This one is still good, but I wouldn't put her any higher than I am now. In 6th place, I'm going to finally put Toralei on the list. I like her a lot. As time goes on, I still really like this Toralei, but she does have better dolls, once again. For example, her Fearbook doll is really fucking good, and hissfits Toralei, don't even get me started. We'll be here all day if I start talking about her. Seriously, don't get me started. But overall, I just think this is a good Toralei doll. I like the hissfits backpack, the hissfits shirt that she comes with, and while I do still think the cat on her shirt is dumb, I just like her a lot. I think adding little subtle pink streaks in her hair just adds a lot of depth to her hair and also makes her look like a walking lesbian flag, so I'm like totally on board with putting the pink in her hair. But yeah, overall, a really, really pretty doll. I remember freaking out when she first got revealed, and I don't feel that same excitement anymore because like I've had the doll for a while, but I still like her a lot. In 5th place, we have Frankie. I still really, really like this Frankie. So naturally, they're very high on my list. They're in my top 5. I just think this was such a strong design. Like, everything about it just works for me. I love their shoes. I love their jacket. I love the puffy sleeved shirt. I really love the skirt with the chain over it, especially with the chain saying Frankie's name. It's just really cute. This is just a very good Frankie doll. Like, this was the start of the pink lip curse, but for being the first doll that Frankie received in this generation, I like them a lot. I think this is a really good release, and I will always really like this doll. And finally, we reach the top 4. 4th place goes to Spectra. This is, again, just a very strong design. I really like the look of her. I'm glad that they kept the cheekbones. That's like one of the big reasons she ended up being as high as she did. If she had kept that ugly prototype face with the massive forehead, I'm not gonna lie to you, she would not have cracked the top 10. She would not have even been in the top 10. I think I would have put her like where I put Claudine. But I really like her outfit. The puffy sleeves are cute. I really like the train that runs behind her. I love all the chains. She's just cute. I like her accessories, and I think they did a really good job with her pet. I haven't really been commenting on the pets in this video, but it looks very similar to how Ruin did in G1, so I'm glad to see that they basically kept it mostly the same, because some other pets are horrifying. Case in point with third place. In third place, we have Venus, who has the most horrifying pet ever. I hate that thing, but I love the doll. This was such an amazing redesign. I remember when the leaks for her first started, she looked good, but then we got more, and we got to see the final doll, and then we finally got her released, and I've gotten to hold this one in my hands, and I love her. She is just gorgeous. The decision to give her, like, locks, to give her cornrows, makes so much sense to me. Like, it looks like vines. It makes her hair look like vines, and it absolutely works for a plant monster like her. It's so pretty. It just is pretty. Her hair is a lot of fun, but obviously not the most important thing about her. There's other really cool aspects to her as well. I love the vine sculpting on her legs, and while she didn't keep the kind of like mossy look that her hands had, I do like appreciate them doing something with her legs to compensate for that. Though a new hand mold would have been nice. G3 kind of doesn't have a whole lot of hand molds, so it would be nice to see alternative ones every now and then. I don't know. She comes with a lot of cute accessories. I love the mismatched socks, and while I do think the ombre on her boots was unnecessary, I'm not going to complain. I do still like them. Overall, just a very, very pretty doll, and that's why she's in third place. Now we reach the top two. In second place, this one is probably going to be surprising, but in second place we have Persephone from the Hissfits 3-pack. I don't know what it is about Persephone's design, but I just absolutely adore it. Like, this is just such a good basic design. She looks amazing. I love the long black hair. I love the heterochromia that both her and Meowlity have, and her face sculpt is honestly perfect. Her outfit is gorgeous. I really love the sleeves. I think I like this doll's outfit so much because it looks like something that I would wear. I really think that's what it is. So, here's my alternative photo where we can see her face more, and, like, just look at her. She's taking it. She's serving it. She's doing it, you know? Like, she is it. She looks amazing. Hissfits Toralei looks better, though. My delusions aside, you guys can probably tell who number one is because it's the only doll I haven't talked about, but I'm gonna do the dramatic countdown anyway, so let's begin. 17th place, 16th, 15th, 14th, 13th, 12th, 11th, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and finally in first place we have Abby. Who else was it going to be, honestly? Abby is so pretty. I love everything that G3 did with Abby, except the new voice. I miss her old one, and her new personality. It's not very, interesting. She's kind of just, oh, I'm so clumsy and shy, oh. But, I love her doll. Her doll is amazing. It's so pretty. It really is. I love the face sculpt, I love the side glance, and I love that she's so tall. That's always a trait that Abby has had. In G1, she was always much taller than the other ghouls, and I'd go as far as to say she should have been taller than the Mansters. The boys. And now she is. This doll, I believe, is taller than the boys are. Her one flaw are those hideous shoes. They're ugly. Those shoes are horrible. But I'm not going to take away from her for it. She looks amazing. This is just a gorgeous, gorgeous doll. I love everything they did with her design except for the shoes, and I hope a Saran variant of her pops up soon because, God, I don't like the Polly. They really shot her in the foot with that, but she's still gorgeous. Absolutely stunning doll, and honestly, it's going to be hard to top her. I don't know if G3 ever will. Maybe they will when they decide to redesign like Wedona or something. Please give us a good Wedona. So there you have it, my ranking of all 17 core Monster High characters. I really hope that some more don't decide to leak, like right now, while I'm making this video, because I just finished it. But I don't think that'll happen. Although, watch them leak like Howleen or fucking Nephra or something next week, and then I have to remake this video. Like, oh, I would hate that, but... Yeah, that's my ranking. Feel free to comment your own, let me know what you agree or disagree with, and yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye!